20th sound check coming through really well through my headphones. Coming through good there. Excellent.
Jaden Garski here, the Pacelli. Nate Hammerly will hit number 2, the pitcher here today. Sully Schober will hit in the 3 spot, play short. Eric Reinke will hit in the cleanup spot, do the catching. Bryce Flaker hitting 5th in right field. Henry Garrettson will hit 6th, playing second base. Number 15, Owen Hansen, he'll hit 7th, playing third base. Dominic Sackman, he'll hit 8th, number 13, the first baseman. And then Chase Napawaki, number 6, he will be in left field here. So that is the starting lineup here for the Cardinals. We'll switch it over to the Panthers here at Pittsville. Cash Osterman, number 22 at third base. Dawson Luther hitting second, number 2, and doing the pitching. Darren Luther will hit third, 24, first base. Grant Radaman will do the DH and hitting 4th. Logan Vollert will do the catching here today. Liam Parkinson hitting 5th, playing second. Corbin Lee will hit 6th, playing right field. Zach Roberts will play center, number 99. Connor Millard hitting 8th, left field. Chris Zawislin will hit 9th at shortstop here. We'll get our national anthem now. All right, we are live here, a little conference action here on a Monday. As you heard our public address announcer, about 54 degrees here, beautiful day for some high school baseball here. Brandon Barroncut on the call of this one. Ryan Rasmussen doing our production here today. The Panthers here coming in 6-1 overall. As I mentioned, Cash Osterman over at third here today. Over at short is Christopher Wilslin. I have a hard time. I'm going to learn how to say that by the time we get to the second inning, Ryan. I promise that. Over at second, Liam Parkinson playing first base today. Darren Luther. And then in the outfield, Corbin Lee out in right field. Zach Roberts out in center. Connor Millard out in left. And doing the catching here today is Logan Vollert for the Panthers here of Pittsville. They'll be in action tomorrow. Cardinals, on the other hand, they are 5-1 overall in the season here. They'll lead things off here with junior center fielder Jaden Garski, Nate Hammerly, Sully Schober, Eric Reinke, Bryce Flaker, Henry Garrettson, Owen Hansen, Dominic Sackman, and Chase Napawaki here, your Starting lineup here for the Cardinals here just about a couple weeks or so into this high school season here. A couple of very familiar teams, no doubt. Pittsville Panthers here and the likes of right-hander Dawson Luther getting the start here today. And Ryan, as I understand, I believe he will be taking his college, or his baseball over to the UW-Stevens Point, the Pointers. Of course, Kelt Napper from Pacelli there. Certainly a very good program over there. So we are underway here about 4:27, we'll say, Ryan. So Garski to lead things off. Luther working from the windup. That one's going to miss high, and it's 1-0 to Garski. So Michael Jankowski Field here in Pittsville, about 45-minute jaunt from Stevens Point, give or take. That one in there for a called strike, and it's 1-1 now to Garski, the junior center fielder. Luther's 1-1 pitch on the way. That one is going to miss down, and it's 2-1 now. Luther last season, if I recall, Ryan, became the all-time leading hits leader here for Pittsville. That one hit up over to short. Ranging over to make the play, and the 6-3 ground out for out number 1 to retired Garski. As that was fielded well there, and that'll bring up the senior here, Nate Hammerly, who gets the start on the hill here today for the Cardinals. Luther from the windup, the pitch. That one is in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1 now to Hammerly. You can kind of feel those 13-mile-an-hour winds, Ryan, here today. Blowing out of the southeast. Hammerly hits it over to second. 11 over the 4-3 putout. So 2 up, 2 down there. Fielded there by Parkinson. So a couple away now, and that'll bring up junior shortstop here in Sully Schober. Last season, Sully played predominantly over the hot corner over at third for the Cardinals. Moving over to short this season. Breaking ball in there, and it's 0-1 now to Schober. Of course, Pacelli graduating the likes of Melise Badoon, Lucas Hammerly, Akiaide, Tomas Uemura. That one in there. It's quickly 0-2 now to Schober. Of course, Kelt Napper, who we mentioned, playing his college ball over at UW-Stevens Point. That one's going to miss outside, and it's 1-2 now to Schober. Luther's 1-2 pitch. Get on the ground to short. And play is made, so a 3 up, 3 down inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We'll move to the bottom half of inning number 1. You are listening to and watching high school baseball here today on Zaleski Sports. Back in a moment.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Tired of hearing about checking account features? So are we. It's more about what you can do with your money to live the life you want. Forward Bank puts your access to everything you need in the palm of your hand. Mobile deposit, recurring digital payments, transfer funds, or pay a friend easily. Yes, our checking is free and includes all that you would expect. It's supported by your neighbors and friends at Forward, dedicated to serving our communities. Open online today at forward.bank.
All right, we are back. You want to give thanks here to Horsin' Around. Food and fun are the features at Horsin' Around downtown Pittsville. Stop in for daily food specials like $3 burgers on Tuesdays and their Friday fish fry. There's great food and fun at horsing around downtown Pittsville. Check them out on Facebook. Also want to give thanks here today to Martin Motors. Martin Motors supports the Pittsville Panthers and the Pittsville community. Martin Motors provides complete auto repair with local loaner transportation on request. Call Lance or Amber today to keep your ride running smoothly. Martin Motors, located in Highway 80 in Pittsville here. So Nate Hammerly, the right-hander, will get the start here for the Cardinals, the senior. Pacelli team fairly junior heavy, you'll say, but Hammerly, one of those few seniors here on the squad here. Of course, younger brother of Lucas and Ben. Ben and Lucas both had very storied high school baseball careers here just a few years back. Lucas just last year, in fact. So Cash Osterman will lead things off here now for the Panthers. Hammerly from the windup. That one's going to be fouled out of play and going to ricochet off the trash receptacle there, Ryan. It's 0-1. Hammerly's 0-1 pitch. That one's going to miss upstairs, and it's 1-1. Shelley will be in action again on Thursday over in Tri-County, Plainfield, Tri-County. Another conference game. That one's going to be hit down the line. That is going to get just out of the reach there of Dominic Sackman making the good play to get to that one. It's going to go now to 1-2. Osterman. The 1-2 pitch to Cash. That one hit. Go down foul, so it remains 1-2 now to Osterman. The 1-2 from Hammerly. Hit over to third. They have a play at it and not going to be able to get to that, and Osterman will reach. So that'll bring up Dawson Luther now. One of those guys, Ryan, who's been productive really all 4 years. You know, he's just an all-around good athlete as Dawson. He's been playing at a high level really since the beginning. He stepped into the high school walls of Pittsville here. So Osterman down at first. Hammerly working from the stretch. Pitch. That one's going to miss high, and it's 1-0 now to Dawson. Darren on deck, Darren Luther. Hammerly's 1-0 pitch to Luther. That one's high, and it's going to push things now to 2-0. That one ripped into the hole. That's going to be a base hit for Dawson Luther. So Luther rips the single there to right, doing what Dawson Luther does, doing Dawson Luther type things. Nobody out here, first baseman number 24, Darren Luther now with Osterman down at second. Dawson Luther down at first. Darren also a lefty here in terms of his hitting here, so hammer works. Showing bunt here. That one is going to be in there for striking its own one. Grant Radaman, the on-deck hitter here for Pittsville. Pacelli looking to maybe get into their bunt coverage here, perhaps. Darren showing bunt. Not this time. That one lifted out to right field. Playable. And the play will be made there to retire Darren Luther. The F9, Grant Radaman. Hitting in the 4 spot here, 1 away. You've got a couple of Panthers on the base paths here with Osterman down at second, Dawson Luther over at first. Nate Hammerly working from the stretch. That one ripped out into the gap. That's going to be caught out right. So Radman. So 2 away. So Osterman will go to third on that. And you've got runners at the corner with 2 away now. And Liam Parkinson, the second baseman here. So Eric Rinke directing traffic with their defensive runners at the corner play here. Back in the day, sometimes we'd have different numerals in those. That one's going to miss out, and it's 1-0 now to Parkinson. Hammerly's 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. Had a good cut at that one, did Parkinson. It's 1-1 now. So Eric Rinke, I would say, last year did most of the catching, Ryan. I would say him, you saw a little bit, Nate Hammerly did a little bit of catching last year as well, but predominantly Eric Rinke. And it's 1-2 now to Parkinson. With 2 away, runners again at the corner here. With Osterman over at third and Luther over at first. Hammerly's 1-2 offering a swing and a miss and down. But Pittsville comes up with a hit. Couple runners left here, no runs. An error. We will move to the top half of inning number 2. You're listening to and watching high school boys baseball here today on Zaleski Sports.
Find your next car, truck, sport utility, or van at Westside Service Auto Sales in Auburndale. Drive through their lot today to see rows and rows of vehicles ready to test drive. Or you can check out their complete inventory and see this week's featured vehicles at westsideservice.com. And check us out on Facebook. We're open 8 to 6 Monday through Friday or by appointment. At Westside, we service what we sell. Just a short drive from Rapid, Stevens Point, and Marshfield. Find your next ride at Westside Service Auto Sales in Auburndale, where we've been helping people find their next ride for nearly 50 years.
Little Sprouts Learning Garden with 2 convenient central Wisconsin locations. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
Little Sprouts has been around for almost 7 years here in Auburndale. In Rudolph, we've been open for about 2.5. We serve here in Auburndale. We have 6 weeks old up until 12-year-olds. And then in Rudolph, we have 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds. The biggest thing that we do with them is we have play-based learning so that they learn through play with each other. And social skills are a huge part of what we do with them.
Find Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
All right, we are back. Want to give thanks here to all of our game day sponsors, one of them being C&D Auto Body Repair and Sales. They're your complete auto body repair shop. They provide free estimates and guarantee complete satisfaction. They'll work with your insurance company to make it easy for you and do windshield glass installation too. Contact Chad and Dan at C&D Auto today on County Trunk E over in Arpin. And that's C&D Auto Body Repair and Sales here. So Eric Rinke will lead things off. You got 4, 5, and 6 here for the Cardinals. Rinke, Flaker, and Garrettson. That one hit on the ground over to short. Rinke's going to reach E6 there, so Rinke aboard. Right fielder Bryce Flaker. Junior Bryce Flaker. Got a fair amount of action defensively in the last half inning here. That one's going to miss, and it's going to get Ranky down to second. So Luther working from the stretch here, runner in scoring position with Flaker down at second. That one's going to miss down the stairs. It's going to move the count now to 2-0 to Bryce. That one will miss high to Flaker, and it's going to push the count down to 3-0. You have to think Bryce will be taken all the way here, Ryan, I would think. And that one in there for a called strike, and it's 3-1 now. So hitters count here coming up here for Bryce. Three-one pitch. And that one in there for a called strike. So Luther now working here with a full count. The 3-2 pitch. That one chop foul, remains 3-2. Pitch from Luther to, that's going to be ball 4. So Flaker, we're going to reach on the base and ball. You have a couple runners on now for the second baseman here in Henry Gerritsen. So we want to give thanks to all of our game day sponsors here today. Chastain Hesley Insurance Agency is your full-service agency in Pittsville, offering auto, home, business, farm, and life insurance from a variety of companies, including Progressive. Whatever you need to protect, let them provide you with a free quote. Good luck, Panthers, from the Chastain Hesley Insurance Agency, serving all of central Wisconsin with offices in Pittsville and in Loyal. Also give thanks here today to Lakeside Oasis Convenience Store. It's the perfect springtime stop when you're on the go. Fill up your tank, pick up bait, and tackle and grab your favorite goodies before you head out on the water. Lakeside Oasis on Highway 80 south of Pittsville, near Lake Dexter. And again, it's Lakeside Oasis here. So a couple runners on here for the Cardinals. Nobody out here, top half, inning number 2. Luther working from the stretch. Bunt being shown. And that's in there for strike, and it's 0-1 to Gerritsen. As Ranky reaches in on an error, and then Flaker draws the walk here, so that one just misses high, and it's going to go now to 1-1 to Gerritsen. And a swing and a miss, so Luther up in the count now, 1-2 with Gerritsen. Owen Hansen, the on-deck hitter here for the Cardinals. Luther set 1-2 offering. Runners on the move here. That one hit foul there, so it's going to keep things at 1-2 for Gerritsen. Both runners on the move on that. Of course, head coach Wayne Sankey just getting his milestone in terms of coaching victories. Coach Wayne. And that one in there for a called strike, and that's a knee buckler right there if you've ever seen one. First punch out here for Luther. One away now, and third baseman Owen Hansen. That one's going to be ripped foul. But a pretty big charge into that did Owen Hansen. It's going to go to 0-1 now to Owen. First baseman Dominic Sackman in the on-deck circle for the Cardinals here. One away, 0-1 now for Hansen. One from Dawson Luther to Hansen. He'll step off and check Ranke back into second. And that one is in there for a called strike, and it's 0-2 now to Hansen. Luther working from the stretch, comes set. The 0-2 pitch. That one just missed, and it's going to go now to 1-2, just outside on that one it looks like. So 1-2 count now to Hansen. 1-2 pitch, a swing and a miss, and the second strikeout here today. Back-to-back strikeouts for Dawson Luther. 2 away now for the first baseman here in Dominic Sackman. That one's going to miss high. Of course, Dominic's older brother played here a few years back. Ryan did it. Very impressive high school baseball career in the likes of Tim Sackman. 3 years ago that was. That one hit over to third, steps on it, and that's going to be top half. No runs, though. Hits a couple runners left on here. We'll move to the bottom half of inning number 2. Still scoreless out here at Michael Jankowski Field here in Pittsville. You're listening to and watching high school boys baseball here today on Zaleski Sports.
Whether you need deep sleep, beauty sleep, or just need to sleep it off, Mall Furniture has a huge selection of double-sided comfort sleep mattresses. When it's time for a double, it's no trouble. You'll flip over our great prices. There's 2 great sides to this mattress story, and they're made right here in Wisconsin. It's double-sided or nothing.
Get your perfect comfort sleep mattress from Mall Furniture and Mattress, West 9th Street, Marshfield.
See you on the flip side.
So, after a couple years of this, it's time for more money and better opportunities. That's where Mid-State Technical College comes in.
Are you a born leader? Is hospitality your thing? Maybe you're into efficiency. Or do you love building teams? No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options. So stop getting by and level up today.
All right, we are back. Ryan says here we are moving here to the bottom half of inning number 2 here, all scoreless here out in Pittsville here. You'll have 6, 7, and 8 coming up here. That's Corbin Lee, Zach Roberts, and Connor Millard. I want to give thanks to all of our game day sponsors again. Arbor Vantage Tree Care provides professional tree services in central Wisconsin, from tree removal and pruning to stump grinding to consultations. Arbor Vantage is your complete tree care partner. Find them at arborvantage.com or on Facebook here. So Corbin Lee, 6, 7, and 8 here for the Panthers. Hammerly out for his second inning of work, working from the windup. The pitch, that one is fouled back, and it's 0-1. Hammerly's 0-1 pitch. That one's going to miss just down, I believe. So it's going to go to 1-1 now. Hammerly's 1-1 from the windup, the pitch. And that's going to get through for a base hit. So a hit to lead things off here. Corbin Lee, leadoff single here for the Panthers. That'll bring up center fielder number 99 and Zach Roberts with Lee aboard. Bottom half, inning number 2, our scoreboard sponsor here, the Westside Service Auto Sales, as you can see there on our screen. Hammerly working from the stretch. The pitch. Roberts going to bunt that one. That's going to stay fair. That's going to get the runner over, though. So the sack bunt there. That'll bring up left fielder Connor Millard now. With one out, Pittsville now the runner in scoring position with Lee down at second. Hammerly working out of the stretch here for Pacelli. Pitch on the way. And that one is in there, fastball, and it's 0-1 now to Millard. Nate's 0-1 offering. Swung on and missed, and it's 0-2 now. Going with the high fastball up in there, and it's 0-2 now to Millard. Nader's 0-2 pitch, that one's high. It's 1-2 now. Hammerly's 1-2 pitch. That one's lifted into the shallow right field flaker there to make the play. He will. The second out now. Chris Zawislin now with 2 outs, the shortstop. Lee down at second. Hammerly working from the stretch, 2 away. That one's going to miss. High and inside it. It's 1-0 now to Zawislin. Hammerly's 1-0 pitch. That one fastball, swing and a miss, and it's 1-1 now. You got 2 outs, top of the order coming up here with Osterman over in the on-deck circle for the Panthers. Hammerly's 1-1 pitch. That one misses high, and it's 2-1. That one's going to miss inside. It's going to go hitter's count now, 3-1 to Zawislin, the shortstop here. And as you mentioned here, all knotted up at zeros here out at Michael Jankowski Field. The 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss there, and count's going to go full to Zawislin. The 3-2 pitch. That's high, and it's going to draw ball 4. So So Whistling with the walk here back to the top of the order with Cash Osterman. He reached on an E5 back in the first. Couple of runners on, 2 away. Hammerly working now with the hopes to try to get out of this half inning for Pacelli here. The senior right-hander set the pitch. That one's going to miss. High and in, it's going to go now to 1-0. Hammerly's 1-0 pitch. That one off the corner there. It's 2-0. The 2-0 pitch from Hammerly. That one, fastball is in there, and it's 2-1 now. Hammerly's 2-1 pitch. That one is going to miss down and just outside, and it's a 3-1 count now to Osterman. And Dawson Luther, the very dangerous Dawson Luther there on deck here. So down the ground over to short. Schober not able to come up with it, and that's going to load things up here. So you'll have bases loaded now for Dawson Luther, who is 1 for 1 here today. And Coach Sattlemeyer out to mound visit here to talk to his senior right-hander. Want to give thanks today. All of our game day sponsors, certainly, Ryan, we could not do it without any of them, and each and every one of them so very important. Pick up an easy meals when you're on the go at the market, now open in Pittsville. Check out daily specials and their hot food bar and subs. Serve daily. Shop local with Panther Pride and support the hometown team at the market in Pittsville here. So bases loaded here for Luther. Again, 1 for 1 here today. Singled back in the first. Hammerly from the stretch. The pitch, that one raking ball in there, and it's 0-1 now to Dawson. That one's going to miss inside, and it's 1-1. Dawson ripped that base hit out in it right back in the first. Going to try to add to his collection, and he will do that. That's going to be a couple of runs here going to come across to score. And Luther with a 2 RBI single. That'll bring up Darren Luther, so the 2 RBI single. Now you'll have runners at the corner now. Pittsville out front here, 2-0, 2 away. Darren 0 for 1 here today. Flew out to right field back in the first. Oh. And a swing and a miss. Throw down is... And a good throw there by Rinke to get Luther. 2 runs, 2 hits, an error. Couple left on here. We're going to move to the 3rd inning of play here. Pittsville now out front here, 2-0. You're listening to and watching high school baseball action here today on Zaleski Sports.
I got referred to the orthodontist, and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here, and he was very happy with the smile. I'd recommend Bruce Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointment, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup, and Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile. Call us to set up your free consultation today.
Retirement is a balancing act because everyone's financial situation is unique. A reverse mortgage loan can transform your home's equity into accessible cash, whether it's to pay off your mortgage, cover bills, or fund your dreams.
The cash is there if we need it, and it just takes a little stress off of our lives.
You have something else to fall back on?
Call me, Josh Kilty, your local retirement mortgage specialist, for a free consultation to help bring financial stability to your life.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield. Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
All right, we are back. I want to give thanks to all of our game day sponsors. Tabby's Blue Bayou backs the Pittsville Panthers. Stop in for some appetizers and a cold beverage after the game or anytime. Pizza, pretzels, nachos, and other snacks await you at Tabby's Blue Bayou in Pittsville, or order for delivery with DoorDash and only at Tabby's Blue Bayou here. So top half of inning number 3 here, 9-1-2 coming up here for the Cardinals. Chase Napawaki to lead things off here for the Cardinals. Luther from the windup, the pitch. Fastball is in there, and it's 0-1 now to Napawaki. Dawson's 0-1 pitch. That one belted foul, and it's 0-2 now to Napawaki. Chase, the freshman here. Some time here, Chase. Of course, football and wrestler as well. Capped off a pretty good wrestling season in his first campaign. That one's going to miss high, and it's 1-2 now to Napawaki. Luther's 1-2. And a good breaking ball to retire Napawaki. That is the third punch out here today for Dawson Luther. Back to the top of the order with Jaden Garski. He's 0 for 1 here today. Grounded over to short back in the first. The pitch to Garski. That one is in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Luther from the windup, the 0-1. One's going to miss, and it's going to go now to 1-1. A few more fans starting to make their way in here to Michael Jankowski Field here in Pittsville. This 20th day of April. That one hits off of Luther. That one, Napawaki going to reach there. It's going to be a hit in my book. That ball was pasted by Garski there, and it's going to bring up the pitcher now. And Nate Hammerly 0 for 1 here today, grounded to second back in the first. At 4-3 ground out here, you've got Garski aboard with 1 out. Luther will check back on him. That is Pacelli's first hit here today. Pittsville with 3 base hits. That one going to get out of play, go foul. 0-1 now to Nate. Luther from the stretch. He'll check back on Garski there at first. And that one in there for a called strike, and it's 0-2 now to Hammer, with Sully Schober on deck for the Cardinals. The 0-2 from Luther. That one by, so it's going to go 1-2, and that's going to get Garski down to second. So the count at 1-2 now here to Nate Hammerly. Charlie now with a runner in scoring position here. One away, top half, inning number 3. That one's going to get away as well, so that's going to get Garski down now to third. Count even at 2-2. The 2-2 hit on the ground over to second. And that's going to get the run across there, so Garski will score. RBI 4-3 there for the second out. Sully Schober 0 for 1 here today, grounded to short back in the first. Charlie on the board now, 2-1. That one hit out to center, and play is going to be made, so the F8 retires Schober, a run and error. And we will move to the bottom half of inning number 3. Pacelli now trailing 2-1. Pittsville coming up. You're listening to and watching high school baseball here today on Zaleski Sports.
The quality materials that was used when the house was built were below builder grade. I wanted to do something a little exciting, add a little bit of color, a little bit of texture. The Infinity team took time to get to know us. He wanted to know what we wanted. Once he saw my design, he says, well, let's make this happen. It's a big project. Just changed the whole look of the house, and it looks like a brand new home. The Infinity team treated us like we were their family. I would recommend Infinity to anybody.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield has tasty char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between. Check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See Chips' complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream, all served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield. Be a champ and have a chipperific day.
All right, we are back. So you've got 3, 4, and 5 coming up here for Pittsville. Darren Luther will lead things off here. Bottom half, inning number 3, our West Side Service Auto Sales scoreboard here showing Pittsville with a 2-1 lead. Off speed, that one's going to go 0-1 now to Darren Luther. That one fouled and out of play, and it's going to go quickly 0-2 now to Darren Luther. The 0-2 pitch from Nate. Hit on the ground to Schober. Schober gobbles it up, throws it across. And they will say that, so Luther going to reach on that. So that's going to bring up designated hitter Grant Radaman, who's 0 for 1 here today. Flew out to right field, out to Bryce Flaker back in the first. Did Grant here, so Darren Luther aboard here to start things off. Hammerly's pitch, that one's high and in, and it's 1-0. Hammerly working from the stretch, the 1-0. That one is outside. It's 2-0. Nate Hammerly giving up the 3 hits here thus far. 2 of those coming from Dawson Luther here today. Early goings. That one's going to get by, and that's going to get Darren Luther down to second. It's going to move the count now to 3-0. Hammerly's 3-0 pitch. And it will be ball 4, so Radaman will draw the walk. Nobody out here, and that'll bring up the number 5 hitter and number 5 second baseman, Liam Parkinson, who's 0 for 1 here today, struck out back in the first. Showing bunt, that one pulls back, and it's high, and it's 1-0 now to Parkinson. So we are in the bottom half, inning number 3. Still nobody out here. It's 2-1 score showing on your West Side Service Auto Sales. Hammerly's 1-0 pitch. That one skips down low. It's 2-0 now. Find your next car, truck, SUV, or van at Westside Service Auto Sales in Auburndale. Just a short drive from Rapids, Point, or Marshfield. They've been helping people find their next ride for nearly 50 years. Westside Service Auto Sales in Auburndale. So the 2-0 pitch here from Nate Hammerly. Bunt showing here, and Sackman charging in on that. It's going to go now to 3-0. The 3-0 pitch. Fastball in there. It's 3-1 now to Parkinson. The 3-1 pitch. And that will generate the second base on ball here given up here. And that's going to load things up now for Corbin Lee, who singled and scored a run back in the second. Scored back in the second here. So Eric Grinke to kind of talk things over there with his senior Nate Hammerly, the 2 battery mates there. Still nobody out here. Lee 1 for 1 here this afternoon, looking to try to inflict some additional damage here is Lee. Hammerly's pitch, that one is in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Hammerly's 0-1 pitch. That one will just miss, and it's 1-1 now. Hammerly going with that off speed here, so pushes the count now to 1-1. Zach Roberts on deck here for Pittsville. Still nobody out. That one's going to miss high, so it's 2-1 now. Hammerly's 2-1 pitch. And a good cut at it is Lee, and it's now even at 2-2. A 2-2 pitch from Hammerly. That one fouled back and remains 2-2. Still nobody out here as you're showing on our West Side Service Auto Sales scoreboard here. The 2-2 pitch. And he will go down on strikes for the first out, so Lee retired. A good pitch there. Second punch out here today for Nate Hammerly. One away now for Zach Roberts. Had that sacrifice bunt back in the second here, so one away. Hammerly working from the stretch, the pitch. That one's high, and it's 1-0. And that one in there for a called strike. It's 1-1. So you've got Darren Luther down at third, Radaman at second, and Liam Parkinson over at first here with one away. 1-1 here from Hammerly. Making ball and a good one at that. It's 1-2 now, so Hammerly up in the count here. Looking to try to that one lifted into foul territory, and we're going to make the play there, so the second out. So you've got 2 outs, bases loaded now for left fielder Connor Millard. 0 for 1 here today. He flew out to right back in the second. The F9 if you're keeping score at home. That one fouled back, and it's 0-1 now to Millard. Hammerly's 0-1 pitch. And it's going to go now to 0-2 to Millard. Hammerly's 0-2 pitch. That one will miss high, and it's 1-2. Looking to go back to that breaking ball. That one's just going to miss. It's 1-2 now to Millard from Hammerly. And Hammerly with a punch out, and the threat is over here, so they strand 3. 3 innings are in the books here. We will move to the top half of inning number 4. Pittsville out front here 2-1 on your West Side Service Auto Sales scoreboard here today. Listening to and watching high school baseball here today on Zaleski Sports.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
All right, we are back here, top half of inning number 4 here. Pacelli trailing a run here 2-1 with 4, 5, and 6 coming up here with Ranke, Flaker, and Garrettson. Dawson Luther out for his 4th inning of work here, working from the windup. The pitch is going to miss outside, and it's 1-0 now to Ranke. The 1-0 pitch. That one catches the corner, and it's 1-1 now. Ranke, Eric reached on the E6 back in the second. And a good off speed there, and it's 1-2 now to Ranke. one lifted, playable. And the play going to be made there, so the F5 there to retire Ranky. Osterman making the play there, so one away now. And that one's upstairs, and it's 1-0 out of Flaker. That one will miss, so it's going to go now to 2-0. The friendly staff at Sweat's Country Corner Mart in Blanker serves up a large selection of food made to order daily, like fish fries, chicken dinners, and awesome pizzas. Family owned and operated for more than 100 years, Sweat's Country Corner Mart on County P, just off Highway 10 over in Blanker. That one's going to miss high, and it's now 3-0 to Bryce Flaker, who walked back in his first plate appearance. And he'll draw his second base on ball of the afternoon. Henry Garrettson now, the number 6 hitter, 0 for 1 here today. Struck out looking back in inning number 2. One away here, top half of inning number 4 here. Pittsville with that 1-run lead. Runner on the move, throw down is not going to be in time, so Bryce Flaker, the stolen base. And a 1-0 count now to Garrettson. That one will miss outside. It's 2-0 now. Fastball in there. It's 2-1 now to Garrettson. With Flaker in scoring position out at second here, 1 away. The 2-1 pitch. Smashed foul. Push things even now at 2-2. Looks to be some action in the Cardinals bullpen there. That is Chase Napawaki. That one hit out to left. That's going to be down for base hit. And Flaker going to be sent in, and he will be in there. So Bryce Flaker scoring the Cardinals' second run on the RBI there for Garrettson. All knotted up at 2 now, and Owen Hansen coming up 0 for 1 here today. Owen struck out back in the second. Garrettson with the RBI there for the Cardinals, getting things all tied up here. Owen may have gotten a piece of that, but it's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch, that one. And he'll get Hansen. And then it'll bring up Dominic Sackman. 0 for 1 here today for Dominic. Garrettson down at third. Hit on the ground over to short, playable. Ranging over and making the play, and Sackman retired in the 6-3 ground out for the third. And final, Pacelli does tie things up here 2 apiece on a hit. Runner left on, a run. We'll move to the bottom half of inning number 4. You're listening to and watching high school baseball action here today on Zaleski Sports.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, how can I help you?
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken has been voted best pizza in Marshfield 16 years in a row. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken is ready for your call now. Choose drunken chicken, BLT, Western, mac and cheese, sweet chili chicken, and more. Plus, Scotty's has broasted chicken, fish sandwiches, salads, and desserts. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, 715-384-8118 and scottyspizza.com.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, how can I help you?
Take your valuable possessions from outdoors to indoors with help from ShedsDelivered.com. It's your one-stop shop for sheds, barns, cabins, garages, greenhouses, chicken coops, and hunting blinds, all crafted by skilled Amish artisans. Headquartered in Loyal, Rod and April make it easy. Just visit ShedsDelivered.com to design your perfect structure. With short lead times and free delivery and installation, Sheds Delivered is the smart choice for outdoor storage. That's ShedsDelivered.com. Go today.
All right, we are back. Bottom half, inning number 4. Hammerly misses. Chris Swisslin here, who is walked and scored a run back in the second. His second plate appearance here today. That one is in there for a called strike. It's 1-1 now to Chris. The 1-1 pitch from Hammerly. That one swung on. Missed down. It's 1-2. So Hammerly, last half inning, Ryan able to work a little bit of that, we'll call it Houdini magic here. Had those bases loaded, nobody out, and that one's going to miss. And push the count now to 2-2. And Reinke that's going to be 2-2 now here. So Hammerly working from the windup, the 2-2 pitch. That one fouled back, and it's 2-2 still here. And thanks here to Joe's Refrigeration, your full service De Laval dealer, has been serving central Wisconsin for 60 years from Withee, and now from their Auburndale location. Get top equipment for your milking parlor, including the De Laval VMS series. Their techs can service your commercial refrigeration too. Joe's Refrigeration, Withee, and now in Auburndale. So one away now, so that will bring up Cash Osterman here, 0 for 2 here today. Reached on an E5 back in the first, and then reached on the E6 back in the second. It's going to go to 1-0 now to Osterman. And a fastball in there, and it's 1-1 now to Osterman. Dawson Luther on deck here for the Panthers. 1-1 pitch. That one misses outside. It's 2-1. That one lifted out of play. It's going to go foul, and it's going to push the count now, even at 2-2 now, from Hammerly to Osterman. That one smashed foul down the third base line here. Count remains at 2-2. Hammerly's 2-2 pitch. That one misses down low. It's going to go full now at 3-2. Hammerly's 3-2 pitch. So Osterman going to draw the base on ball here. So one away for Dawson Luther, 2 for 2 here today. That 2 RBI base hit back in the second, and then singled back in the first. He's going to miss inside, and it's going to go to 1-0 now to Luther. Still Willie's tired of the same old bar food. Well, Still Willie's is doing things differently. Bold flavors, fresh ideas, and food that actually stands out. Not your average bar and not your average bar food. Not even close. See you at the Still, and that is only at Still Willie's. So it's 2-0 now to Luther. Five hits between the two teams here today. The 4 runs tied up at 2 apiece. And that's going to be the 3rd hit of the afternoon for Dawson Luther. And that one going to get by Flaker. So both runners on the move. And you'll have a couple of runners in scoring position now. Dawson with a 3-hit day. And that'll bring up Darren Luther now. 0 for 2 here today. Flew out to Flaker and right back in the 1st, and then reached on the E6 back in the 3rd. Hammerly misses outside. It's 1-0. So you've got Osterman down at 3rd. Dawson Luther down at 2nd, I should say. And 1 away. Pitch from Hammerly. It's going to push things now to 2-0. And that one in there for a called strike for Hammer. It's 2-1. That one's going to miss, and it's hitters count 3-1 now to Darren Luther. And a base on ball, so Luther is going to load things up now. And that'll bring up the designated hitter in Grant Radaman. 0 for 2 with a fly out to, 0 for 1 I should say here, flew out to right and then walked. And a mound visit here today. I want to give thanks to all of our game day sponsors, Brock and Decker. When buying or selling, Brock and Decker Real Estate is a team you need by your side. Brock and Decker has all the tools that you need to feel confident in selling or buying. Call Sammy or Sue today or visit them on North Central Avenue at brockanddecker.com and on Facebook here. So Coach Saddlemeyer out, say a few words here with Nate Hammerly here working with bases loaded. Had bases loaded last inning, Ryan, but was able to get out of that one. Was Nate here, but you've got Radaman and Liam Parkinson coming up here for Pittsville. With Osterman at 3rd, Dawson Luther down at 2nd, and Darren Luther down at 1st here. The pitch from Hammerly. It's going to miss. It's 1-0 now to Radaman. Just outside, so it's 2-0 now to Radaman. The 2-0 pitch. Hammer misses down with a fastball, and it's 3-0. And that one's going to hit Radaman, so going to draw the walk. It's going to get things loaded here, and Coach Sankey out, and that is going to be it for Nate Hammerly as the Cardinals will go to the bullpen here. We'll take a brief pause, bring it right back. You're listening to and watching high school baseball action here today on Zaleski Sports.
Hiller's True Value in Marshfield, Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center. The tools you trust from the people you can depend on. Shop the store within a store and find what you're looking for.
That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for.
Now that's what I was looking for. Looks like you found what you're looking for.
We redesigned our store to offer the biggest selection of Milwaukee tools.
A selection so big you'll need a map to find your way out.
Hiller's True Value in Marshfield, Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center.
At House of Heating, making your home comfortable is our biggest priority. That's why we offer dependable HVAC solutions and quality work in Central Wisconsin. Our pros are knowledgeable in a wide variety of services so you can feel confident in your results. They'll offer the support you need, whether it's putting in a modern HVAC system or working on and maintaining your current unit. Get in touch with House of Heating at 715-384-3163 or contact houseofheating.com. House of Heating, heating and cooling the air you breathe.
All right, we are back here. New pitcher here for the Cardinals. That is freshman Chase Napawaki here in relief of Nate Hammerly, who would be responsible for the 3 runners on here thus far here, but one away. I want to give thanks here to all of our game day sponsor, Discover Marshfield's wellness destination, Be Well Studio. Experience cutting-edge recovery tools like hydromassage, infrared sauna, red light therapy, PEMF, and more, all designed to help your body and mind feel their best. Each 15 to 30-minute session is just $29 with memberships and packages available. Book your wellness session today at BeWellStudio.com. At the Be Well Studio here in Marshfield. So, got the bases loaded here, and freshman Chase Napawaki working here, bottom half of inning number 4. Pittsville now in front here, 3-2. That one's going to miss downs. It's Liam Parkinson, who was 0 for 1 here today, struck out in the first and then walked back in the third. And Napawaki in there for called strike, and it's 1-1 now to Parkinson. That one hit foul there by Parkinson. It's going to go to 1-2 now. The pitch from Napawaki is going to miss high and in, and it's even at 2-2 now. The 2-2 from Napawaki. That one swung and a miss, and down goes Parkinson for the second out. And that'll bring up left fielder Corbin Lee here, who was 1 for 2 here today. Singled and scored a run back in the second. Struck out looking back in the third. And that one ripped into the hole. That's going to be a base hit. That's going to drive in a run and maybe a second here. And 2 runs going to come across there, and the 2 RBI hit there for Lee in his second hit of the day. So Lee with a 2-hit day here, that 2 RBI base knock, and that'll bring up Zach Roberts. Had the sack bunt back in the second, and then fouled, flew out to first back in the third. So Pittsville now with the 5 runs. Our West Side Service Auto Sales scoreboard here with 2 away. Napawaki works. That one hit over to first, playable, and Sackman will gobble it up and get the final out here. So 5-2 now your score on our West Side Service Auto Sales. Will be moving things here to the 5th inning. You're listening to and watching high school baseball here today on Zaleski Sports.
We have team members in our lives, whether it's this or that or friends, and he's my team member that looked for my best interest. And he said, we're going to get you up walking without the walker. And I'm like, oh, really? And he says, yeah, we are. I'm really grateful from the bottom of my heart to Shai and his staff because they made the impossible seem possible.
Call to set up a free, no obligation evaluation. Next Step Prosthetics, the fit for you.
Little Sprouts Learning Garden with 2 convenient central Wisconsin locations. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
Little Sprouts has been around for almost 7 years here in Auburndale. In Rudolph, we've been open for about 2.5. We serve here in Auburndale, we have 6 weeks old up until 12-year-olds. And then in Rudolph, we have 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds. The biggest thing that we do with them is we have play-based learning so that they learn through play with each other. And social skills are a huge part of what we do with them.
Find Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
All right, we are back. For major collisions to minor dings, Westside Auto Body in Auburndale can get your ride looking like its original self again. Call Tom at Westside Auto Body for a free estimate. Westside Auto Body, professional collision repairs on Highway K in Auburndale. Again, that is Westside Auto Body. It's 1-0 now to Chase Napawaki. 0 for 1 here today, struck out back in the third. 1-0 pitch here from Dawson Luther. That one's outside, and it's 2-0 now. Dawson out for his 5th inning of work here for the Panthers. Just the 2 hits here given up by Dawson. His squad now with that 3-run cushion. That is in there for a called strike, and it's 2-1. The 2-1 from Dawson Luther to Napawaki. That one. And caught out in center field. So the first out here recorded. Top half inning number 5. Back to the top of the order we go. And Jaden Garski 1 for 2 here today. Grounded out to short back in the first. Singled and scored a run back in the third. Luther working here. That one in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1 now to Garski. The 0-1 from Luther. That one ripped down the line, just foul for Garski, and it's 0-2 now. Sun starting to slowly sort of fade away, I guess, Ryan, we would say. Still certainly nice to see. Matter how you slice that one up. It's 0-2. Fastball's going to miss outside. It's 1-2 now to Garski with Nate Hammerly in the on-deck circle for the Cardinals. Technically he's on and in it, Ryan. Either way, so that one's going to just miss, and it's going to go even now at 2-2 to Garski. Luther's 2-2 pitch. And down on strike, so Luther with a fastball and the second out here recorded. And that'll bring up Nate Hammerly. Grounded in, had that RBI ground out back in the third. And then the 4-3 ground out back in inning number 1 here for Nate. Nate's going to hit that one out of play. It's going to go foul, so it's 0-1 now to Nate. The 0-1 pitch to Nate. That one's going to miss. It's 1-1. Just about have this entire iced Americano, Ryan, completely gone. It was good, though. 1 or 2 of those a day, boy, I tell you. That one's going to miss inside, and it's 2-1 now to Nate. Give thanks here to Bucks and Berries Cafe in Babcock is the place to go for signature pies and homemade food. Check out their daily specials and Friday fish fry. It's a cozy family fun atmosphere at Bucks and Berries Cafe. Open 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week on Highway 80 in Babcock and on Facebook. So it's 3-1 now to Hammerly. Equity on here, 2 away. Luther, that one lifted out. Hit pretty well by Nader. That one, that's going to get down. That's going to be extra bases for the senior and Nate Hammerly. The stand-up double. So a 2-out double there for Nate. That'll bring up Sully Schober for 2 here today. Grounded to short, back in the first, flew out to center, back in the third here. You've got Nate Hammerly at second with 2 away. Top half of inning number 5 here. That one poked foul and it's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch, Schober had a good cut at it, and it's 0-2 now. The 0-2 pitch from Dawson Luther to Sully Schober. That one's going to get by, and it's going to get a throw down to third. And Hammerly able to get in under the tag there, and he's going to move to 1-2 now. Five to 2, your score on the West Side Service Auto Sales scoreboard there. Ryan keeping us in line here. That one, a swing and a miss, and Schober is down on strikes for the third. Final out, they do get a hit. They have a runner left, no runs. We are moving to the bottom half of inning number 5. Pittsville out front here, 5-2 on our West Side Service Auto Sales. You're listening to and watching high school baseball here today on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from Security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Tired of hearing about checking account features? So are we. It's more about what you can do with your money to live the life you want. Forward Bank puts your access to everything you need in the palm of your hand. Mobile deposit, recurring digital payments, transfer funds, or pay a friend easily. Yes, our checking is free and includes all that you would expect. It's supported by your neighbors and friends at Forward, dedicated to serving our communities. Open online today at forward.bank.
All right, we are back. I want to give thanks here today to Next Step Prosthetics. Next Step Prosthetics, providing prosthetic and orthotics throughout central Wisconsin. Take your next step and contact them today. So, bottom half of inning number 5 here, you've got 8, 9, and 1 coming up here with Connor Millard to lead things off. Connor 0 for 2 here today. Flew out to Bryce Flaker and right back in the second, and then struck out looking back in inning number 3. Nate Hammerly with those 4 punch-outs here on the hill for the Cardinals this afternoon. Chase Napawaki out for his second inning of work. Playable, and Millard flies out to center for the first out. That's Chris Wiesel now coming up, as Garski may able to make the play out there. Chris 0 for 1 here today. Walked, scored a run back in the second, and then struck out back in the fourth. That one misses outside. It's 1-0 to the Whistling. That one inside. It's 2-0. That one will miss out. It's going to go 3-0. So Zwithlin with a 3-0 count. Likely thinking take all the way, would think. That one in there for a called strike, and it's hitters count 3-1 coming up now for the Whistling here. So and he will draw the 1-out walk. Back to the top of the order here in Cash Osterman. He walked and scored a run back in the 4th. And he reached on an error back in the 2nd, reached on an error back in the 1st here today. Napawaki working from the stretch, 1 out. That one misses out, and it's 1-0 now to Osterman. That one will miss, and it's going to push things now to 2-0 to Osterman. Snap throw down to first. That one going to be there, so count now goes 3-0 to Osterman. So Pacelli, they were last, I guess, supposed to play Saturday doubleheader with Assumption. Of course, the weather was a huge factor, really, in most of last week's games, I guess you would say, at least a good percentage of them anyways. It's 3-1 now to Osterman. Yeah, that's going to draw the 2nd consecutive walk. And it'll bring up the very dangerous Dawson Luther here, 3 for 3 on the afternoon. Singled back in the 1st, had that 2 RBI base knock back in the 2nd. And a single and a run scored back in the 4th. Napawaki working from the stretch. The pitch, that one is in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. And a good breaking ball there by Napawaki, moving the count now to 0-2 to Dawson Luther, who's been a tough out today, and certainly pretty much his entire baseball career thus far. The 0-2 pitch from Napawaki. That one misses high and out. It's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Napawaki's 2-2 pitch to Dawson Luther. That one hit pretty well. That's going to get down. That's going to be extra bases. That's going to drive in at least 1 run. And an RBI double in the 4th hit here today for Dawson Luther. I'll bring up Darren Luther now. Walked in his last plate appearance and scored a run back in the 4th. Reached on E6 back in the 3rd and flew out to right back in the 1st. The 1-0 pitch. Now 2-0 to Darren Luther. Now 6-3 your score on our West Side Service Auto Sales scoreboard here. That one will miss inside, and it's going to go now to 3-0 to Luther. So Darren Luther is going to load things up now for Grant Radaman. He was hit by a pitch in his last plate appearance. Walked back in the third and then flew out to right back in the first. One away here, Napawaki. That one's going to miss inside, and it's 1-0 now to Radaman. That one hit in the hole. That's going to be a base hit, so that's going to play to run. Second run coming in, and that's a 2 RBI base hit. So Liam Parkinson now 0 for 2 here today. A couple of strikeouts and walked back in the third. 1-0 now to Parkinson. And a swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. So you've got Radaman down at first and Darren Luther down at second here. 8-3 your score here in the bottom half of inning number 5. One away bunt being shown. It's going to move the count now 1-2. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes is Parkinson. Corbin Lee coming up here is 2 for 3 this afternoon. Singled, scored a run back in the second, struck out looking back in the third. Had that 2 RBI single back in the fourth. And that one's going to miss, and it's going to go 2-0 to Lee. And that one in there. Catching the corner now, and it's 2-1 to Corbin. The 2-1 pitch. That one's upstairs at 3-1. One offering. That's going to generate the base on ball. And we'll load things up here. I'll load things up here for the number 7 hitting number 99 center fielder Zach Roberts. Hit into that unassisted ground out to first back in the fourth. Popped up to first in foul territory back in the third, and then had that sac bunt back in the second. He's got bases loaded, 2 outs here, and a 1-0 count. That one will miss inside. It's 2-0. Mapawaki coming in with a fastball and in there for a called strike. It's 2-1. So I'm going to miss 2-2 now to Roberts. The 2-2 pitch. That one ripped down the line. That's going to be a base hit. That's going to score a run. And that'll score a run. So an RBI there for Roberts. And then I'll bring up Connor Millard here, who started this half inning out. That one will miss. It's 1-0 now to Millard. That one hit over to second, playable. And the 4-3 ground out to get Millard for the third and final out here. Pittsville will plate 4 runs in that half inning here. We are through 5 innings. We'll move to the 6th inning. Pittsville out front here 9-2. You are listening to and watching high school baseball here today on Zaleski Sports.
Find your next car, truck, sport utility, or van at Westside Service Auto Sales in Auburndale. Drive through their lot today to see rows and rows of vehicles ready to test drive. Or you can check out their complete inventory and see this week's featured vehicles at westsideservice.com. And check us out on Facebook. We're open 8 to 6 Monday through Friday or by appointment. At Westside, we service what we sell. Just a short drive from Rapid, Stevens Point, and Marshfield. Find your next ride at Westside Service Auto Sales in Auburndale, where we've been helping people find their next ride for nearly 50 years.
Little Sprouts Learning Garden with 2 convenient central Wisconsin locations. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
Little Sprouts has been around for almost 7 years here in Auburndale. In Rudolph, we've been open for about 2.5. We serve here in Auburndale, we have 6 weeks old up until 12-year-olds. And then in Rudolph, we have 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds. The biggest thing that we do with them is we have play-based learning so that they learn through play with each other. And social skills are a huge part of what we do with them.
Find Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
All right, we are back. Top half 6th inning coming up here for 5 and 6 coming up here for the Cardinals. Eric Reinke, Bryce Flaker, and Henry Garrettson. Dawson Luther out for his 6th inning of work. Now a rather comfortable lead, that 9-2 lead here. Reinke 0 for 2 here today. Reached on an E6 back in the 2nd, flew out to 3rd back in the 4th. The 1-0 from Luther, that one skips away down low. It's 2-0. I'm going to give thanks here today to Express Employment. Express Employment Professionals has relationships with all the local businesses and job openings. Call or stop in at Express Employment to find the right career path for you. So it's 2-0 now to Reinke. That one will miss just down low, and it's a 3-0 count coming up to catcher Eric Reinke, the junior here. And Luther comes in with a strike, and it's 3-1. That one hit to right, playable. And the play will be made out in right field, the F9 there. That's Corbin Lee out there. So 1 away now for Bryce Flaker. He's walked in both of his plate appearances here today. Scored a run back in the 4th. That one will miss now, 2-0 to Flaker. Number 5 hitter here for Pacelli. And that one in there for a strike. It's 2-1. So it's 3-1 now. That one misses outside. Looks to be a little bit of activity in the Cardinals bullpen. I believe that's Owen Hansen getting some warm-up tosses in. 3-1 here now to Flaker. And Flaker draws his 3rd walk of the afternoon. And that'll bring up second baseman Henry Gerritsen. An RBI singled back in the 4th. Struck out looking back in the 2nd here. So 1 for 2 here today for Henry. One away with Flaker down at first. That one misses high and in. It's 1-0 now to Henry. And a swing and a miss. It's push things now to 1-1, 9-2, as you can see on our Westside Service Auto Sales scoreboard. 1-1 pitch. That one smashed foul, and it's 1-2 now to Gerritsen. One-two pitch, Flaker on the go. Drop third strike. That'll bring up Owen Hansen. Actually, no, that is going to be a, I believe that's Trenton Kaczmarek here now, hitting number 19 as Owen Hansen over in the bullpen. Have to think, obviously, he'll be working the 6th here for the Cardinals. Throw down to third. That one. And that's going to get Flaker across. So the 1-0 here to Kaczmarek. That one in there for called strike, and it's, I believe it's 2-1. That one hit pretty well out to center. Roberts ranging over to his right to make the play, and a good play there. And the 3rd and final out here, so Pacelli does get a run now, and we'll move to the bottom half of inning number 6. 9-3 your score on our Westside Service Auto Sales scoreboard. Bottom 6 coming up here. You're listening to and watching high school baseball action here today on Zaleski Sports.
Find your next car, truck, sport utility, or van at Westside Service Auto Sales in Auburndale. Drive through their lot today to see rows and rows of vehicles ready to test drive. Or you can check out their complete inventory and see this week's featured vehicles at westsideservice.com. And check us out on Facebook. We're open 8 to 6 Monday through Friday or by appointment. At Westside, we service what we sell. Just a short drive from Rapid, Stevens Point, and Marshfield. Find your next ride at Westside Service Auto Sales in Auburndale, where we've been helping people find their next ride for nearly 50 years.
Whether you need deep sleep, beauty sleep, or just need to sleep it off, Mall Furniture has a huge selection of double-sided comfort sleep mattresses. When it's time for a double, it's no trouble. You'll flip over our great prices. There's 2 great sides to this mattress story, and they're made right here in Wisconsin. It's double-sided or nothing.
Get your perfect comfort sleep mattress from Mole Furniture and Mattress, West 9th Street, Marshfield.
See you on the flip side.
So, after a couple years of this, it's time for more money and better opportunities. That's where Midstate Technical College comes in.
Are you a born leader? Is hospitality your thing? Maybe you're into efficiency. Or do you love building teams? No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options. So stop getting by and level up today.
All right, we are back here. Bottom six coming up here. Looks like a final here in the softball game here. Pacelli victorious in that one here by a score of 19-2, it looks like. So Pittsville will have 9-1-2 coming up here with Christopher Zwislin here, who walked and scored a run back in the fifth. Walked and scored a run back in the second as well. That one hit foul here, and it's 0-1. So Owen Hansen out here to work the sixth. And as we mentioned, he'll have 9-1-2 to start things off. That one's going to miss outside, and it's 1-1 now. The 1-1 pitch, that one a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2 now to Zwislin. Chris again 0 for 1 here today with a pair of walks and a pair of runs scored. That one lifted into, and Schober there to make the play. The F6 for out number 2. That'll bring up Cash Osterman. Walked and scored a run back in his last plate appearance. That was back in the fifth. That one's going to miss high. It's 1-0. That one chopped, or smash foul, I should say. 1-1 to Osterman. That one hit foul, and it's going to go now to 1-2 to Cash. Hansen's 1-2 pitch. That one's down low. It's 2-2 now. That one fouled back, so Osterman stays alive, 2-2. Dawson Luther on deck here for Pittsville. Of course, those 4 hits here today. And that one will miss. It's going to move things now to full count here to Osterman. Three-two pitch, that one belted in the air, foul. It's going to be plenty out of play now, and it's full still. The 3-2 pitch from Hansen. Misses high, and it's going to... the... 1 out here with Osterman, and again, Dawson with those 4 hits here today. RBI doubled back in the 5th. Scored a couple of runs as well, has Dawson. Out front on that one, and it's 1-1. Two and one now to Luther. Hansen's 2-1, that's inside. 3-1 now to Dawson with Darren Luther on deck here for the Panthers. The 3-1 pitch coming up from Hansen. And that'll be ball 4, so Luther remains perfect here with again the 4 hits and the walk here, and 1 away with runners at first and second, and Darren Luther now. A couple of runs scored today, was hit by a pitch in his last plate appearance and walked prior to that, the 5th. We're going to miss outside. It's 1-0 now to Darren. The 1-0 pitch, that one outside. It's 2-0. Hansen's 2-0 pitch taken all the way, and it's in there for a called strike. It's 2-1. And Darren out front, and it's even at 2-2 now. 1 out here, bottom half, inning number 6. That one will miss, and it's going to go full now. Hansen working 3-2. And that one's going to get down for a base hit, so Darren Luther, that's going to load things up. That'll bring up Grant Radaman here. That 2 RBI base hit back in the 5th. Courtesy runner there for Darren Luther. I think maybe he would be getting the ball for that 7th, perhaps. Not sure, but we'll see. Aces loaded, 1 away here. And that one hit a ton. That ball is going to get down. That's going to be 2 runs coming in. And a 2 RBI double there for Radaman. So his second hit, he's got 5 RBIs today by my unofficial math, I guess. That one misses out, and it's 1-0 to Parkinson. Liam 0 for 3 here today. That one in there for a called strike, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 from Hansen to Parkinson. Gonna miss outside, it's 2-1. And that one fouled off here, moves it to 2-2 now. Hansen's 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss and 2 outs now. Here is Parkinson down on strikes. Corbin Lee coming up here, a couple hits here today. 2 for 3 here today with a couple of hits, including a 2 RBI single back in the 4th. Walked back in the 5th. Hansen in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Hansen's 0-1. That one will miss. Tell you what, Ryan, it's getting a little chillier here. I'd have to say. It's a good thing I brought my coat, or not. 1-1 from Hansen. That one belted out of play and fouled. It's 1-2 now to Lee. Who also has a pretty good day at the plate here, 2 for 3, including a walk. That one smashed foul. It remains 1-2. The 1-2 from Hansen to Lee. That one will miss outside. It's even at 2-2 now. The 2-2. Outside ball 3. Cut just had a piece of that one and keep the at-bat alive here for Lee. Yeah, temperatures, I think, Ryan, we started off around 55 or so, and it's going to check it out here. It's gotten markedly cooler here. As you would expect this time of year, certainly. The 3-2 pitch from Hansen. And a swing and a miss, and Lee down on strikes here. 6 innings are in the books. We'll move to the top half of inning number 7. Last call here for the Cardinals. 11-3 your score on our Westside Service Auto Sales scoreboard here. Back in a moment here only on Zaleski Sports.
I got referred to the orthodontist and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here and he was very happy with the smile. I'd recommend Ruth Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointment, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup, and Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
Retirement is a balancing act because everyone's financial situation is unique. A reverse mortgage loan can transform your home's equity into accessible cash, whether it's to pay off your mortgage, cover bills, or fund your dreams.
The cash is there if we need it, and it just takes a little stress off of our lives.
You have something else to fall back on?
Call me, Josh Kilty, your local retirement mortgage specialist, for a free consultation to help bring financial stability to your life.
All right, we are back here, top half of inning number 7. Darren Luther in relief here to try to close things out here. Of course, Pittsville with that 11-3 lead here, so Darren, the lefty, to work the 7th here, and he'll have 8, 9, and 1. Coming up here for the Cardinals, Dominic Sackman, who's 0 for 2 here today. In relief of Dawson Luther. It was done just a little bit of everything today, I guess you would say. Dawson with the 4 hits, handful of RBIs, a very efficient pitching effort as well. That one gonna miss. Move things now to 1-1. That one lifted into the air. Playable, in the play will be made, so Sackman retired on the F6 here in the Chase Napawaki now. 0 for 2 here today. Flew out to center in his last at-bat. Darren Luther comes in there, fastball striking, it's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch, that one lifted, playable. Darren calling for it. And second out here, Napawaki retired back to the top of the order here for Jaden Garski. Jaden 1 for 3 here today with a run scored. Kicking ball in there, it's 0-1. That one will be outside. It's 1-1 now to Garski. Top half of the 7th here. Chelly, last call here. That one downstairs. It's 2-1 now to Garski. Darren Luther's 2-1 pitch. That one fouled back, and it's going to go now even at 2-2. Darren Luther's 2-2 pitch. And that one inside, don't know what it looked like. Yeah. Did not hit him, so it's going to be full now for Garski. Garski. That's going to be in for a base hit for Garski to keep things alive here. His second hit here today. The 2-out single for Nate Hammerly, who doubled back in the 5th. Nate is 1 for 3 here today with an RBI. And that one in there for called strike to Hammerly. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch, Hammerly out in front of that one. It's 0-2 now. Lefty versus lefty here. The 0-2 from Darren Luther just missed. It's 1-2 now. Hammerly able to get a bat on that one. It's going to remain 1-2 now to Nader. Darren Luther's 1-2 pitch. And that one in there, and a dandy at that, and a called third strike, and that will be a final here. We'll have our Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Coming up next is the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds, Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield, Curtis, or NasonvilleDairy.com. Again, a final out here at Michael Jankowski Field. Pittsville 11, Stevens Point, Pacelli Cardinals 3. Again, we'll have our Nasonville Dairy postgame show in just a few moments. Again, you've been watching and listening to high school baseball action here today on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fure, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafetieri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy.
All right, we are back here, Coach Rayburn. First of all, congratulations. You guys moved to 7-1. You know, you get some really timely hitting. I know we're pretty early in the season. You know, we'll talk a little bit to Dawson, certainly, but talk about a performance like this. You know, certainly very early in the season, but you guys, you know, played like you're 15 games or so in already.
Yeah, I think we always say we take a trip down south early on in the year. We go down by Belmont every year. We always kind of say things work themselves out that weekend, and then the season kind of starts. And we struggled hitting early on in the year, especially our first couple games when it was 30 degrees. But I think recently the bats have kind of come alive, and our guys have been real aggressive at the plate, which I've been pretty happy with, and it's been at strikes.
You know, it really has too. And Dawson, you had 4 of those today. I mean, just kind of a hitting machine. I know you're Pittsville's all-time hitting leader and looking to continue to add to that. But Coach, what can we look for? You guys have you have a pretty good-looking ball club here.
Yeah, I think one thing this year is we've got some new guys that are new to varsity. Last year we lost our number 1 or number 2 pitcher, our catcher, and outfielder. We lost another outfielder to an injury this year. So we do have some guys that played some JV baseball last year and played a lot of JV ball. But I think making that jump from JV to varsity, the first few games, I think they kind of ironed that out, and those guys are starting to look like varsity baseball players.
Yeah, I mean, I think really as you look around the entire diamond here, you get, not only certainly with the bat, but defensively. I don't think you had many errors, if you had many at all. I mean, I guess I didn't keep them all jotted down. But, Coach, you guys, I believe, are back in action tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow we have a non-conference game over in Necedah against, I believe, Necedah and New Lisbon Co-op now. And then we have another non-conference game on Friday. And then after that, I told the guys it's kind of the grind now. You're starting to get the 3 to 4 games a week.
Well, Coach, hopefully Mother Nature can cooperate. I'm going to give you a fist bump tonight. Appreciate it. That's Head Coach Rayburn there with our post-game interview. We're going to get it over to Dawson Luther here. Certainly no stranger, I'm sure, to this. You have just a little bit of everything. I guess I would say if there was like a high school dictionary for how to hit a baseball, your name and your picture would be right there, Dawson. Talk about your role with this squad. Obviously one of the leaders.
Yeah, I mean, senior year this year, so I'm just looking to step up as a leader and show the guys when we need to get going, like that timely hitting tonight. That was clutch, and it wasn't just me. They had other guys hitting when we needed it.
You really did, Dawson. I mean, you could really go up and down that order, and just about any of the guys that you guys have out there certainly can put the ball in play. What are some of the goals maybe you have as both maybe as a team and as an individual here as we get into this next stretch of ball here?
Yeah, we just got to keep playing good baseball and keep it going all the way to the end of the season, hopefully make another run in the playoffs.
All right, Dawson. Feel like you've been productive since day one. It's kind of a name that's been going on forever just because you've been so darn productive all 4 years here. But I know you know the drill probably. What I'll do is I'll count you down 3, 2, 1. I'll get out of the way. I'll give you the mic. I'll have you say your name and that you're in the house. So go 3, 2, 1.
I'm Dawson Luther, and I'm in the house.
Dawson, I got to give you a fist bump, man. Nice game today. That is senior Dawson Luther. Has 4 hits today. 3 RBIs as well, and gets the victory out on the hill here for this Pittsville Panthers squad here. They will move to 7-1, as Coach said. They'll be back in action tomorrow. That Necedah New Lisbon Co-op game tomorrow. Starting to get a little cooler out here. Pacelli, they will fall to 5-2 here. They'll be back in action Thursday. Conference game with Plainfield Tri-County. Ryan Rasmussen on our production. Brandon Barancott here today. Out here at Michael Jankowski Field. Again, a final out here. Pittsville 11-3 over the Stevens Point Pacelli Cardinals. From everybody from Zaleski Sports, have yourselves a very good rest of your Monday night, everyone.